Jack and Jill here.
Hi.
Welcome to the Jack Jill Show, entertaining real estate investment talk. I'm Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about how retirement stopped being an actual goal quite some time ago. You know why? Because I feel rewarded.
You know what happened?
Helping everybody.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened to me? I remember thinking, for me, what made me think of this topic, and we were discussing it the other day, we used to have these numbers in our heads. Okay, we're going to do this by 50, this by 55,
That's right.
this by 60. You know, we had all these different goals, and then I realized we don't talk about them anymore.
We really don't. We don't talk about numbers.
Right, and I used to think that, okay, by X date I want to have, or X year, or X age, I want to have this accomplished, because that means I can stop whatever I'm doing or take my foot off the gas, whatever I was looking for at the time. And now I just don't even talk about it. It's so funny.
I agree.
So
it's healthy.
Thank you.
It's a real positive
I hope
thing.
So. You know what? I know it is.
Sat around counting the days, saying, "Well, 322 days, so whatever."
Oh shucks! You know what?
Man, come on.
People do that.
I know.
I'm gonna and I have actually literally heard people, like mainly school teachers and in that kind of environment, you know, or other union jobs, where they have said, because it's more than a year, and they're literally counting down 422 days to retirement. I'm like, wow, are you going to do this for 422 days?
You know, speaking of, specifically in a teacher situation, it's too bad, because I'm sure you don't go to be a teacher unless you want some fulfillment out of a position. It's not a money thing. So that's just too bad it gets to that point.
It's
and I'm
true.
sure it's just because of the cog. You know, it's probably, I don't know, I have no idea. It doesn't, who knows why?
Right.
But something went a little haywire.
Maybe it's the teacher. Maybe it's the subject.
Call a spade a spade. Yeah.
Wait. I have to share something funny. So last weekend, I had a girlfriend in town who was visiting, and she is a teacher. And we had a little downtime. She goes, "Do you mind if I, grade some papers?" It was really cute. She teaches second grade.
You graded papers?
I did. She said, "Do you mind if I grade papers?" And I'm like, "Hey, can I help?" She's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yes." I had so much fun, by the way. It was hilarious. Doing little second grade spelling tests and math. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I would draw pictures and do notes. She's, now, if you do that, you have to do it on every one of them, because they're second grade. They're like, they're kids. They're like, well, how come they got a star and I didn't get a star?
Oh, I see.
So do it on every one. So it was really kind of funny.
Maybe because you suck, Johnny.
I know. It was so funny. But anyway, the point was, we were talking, and she said, "You know why?" I don't know if I asked her, she shared, but why she became a teacher. She said, "I wanted to write on the chalkboard," which is now gone. Now they use whatever, whiteboard and different things, but it's not the same feeling. And I wanted to grade papers. And she goes, "And now I hate grading papers."
And there's no chalkboard.
Those are the two reasons.
And the pay rate never increased.
Oh my goodness. So, but she's a great teacher, and she's a good friend, and I had fun. She's like, "You want to do this again?" I'm like, "Oh, I will do this again." Because, by the way, too, Jack, we're grading papers with wine. It was good. It was pretty funny.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the JackJill.com online community. It's free.
FYI, that's one career I never, ever considered growing up. I considered vet, I considered architect, all those things, but teacher was never one of the things that I thought I would want to pursue. So
me too. And guess what we are?
This is true. I hadn't thought about that. That's hilarious. Well, blew that one.
We just get, you know what? We actually get paid nothing for teaching.
This is true.
There's no parachute.
Yeah,
There's
right.
No retirement.
Yeah, there
nothing.
isn't. I don't get any what's it called? Tenure. Do I have tenure now? Yeah, you get tenure of your same rate of pay, which is 0. Congratulations. You got that. You can have this job for life. Have fun. That's so good. Okay, back to the question. So Kevin F. asks, "Hello all. I'm posting this for the benefit of some of the newer members and visitors to this forum. After going through several mail campaigns, I have noticed a pattern in the seller calls. We have heard J&J talk about the first few callers are angry, the next ones are curious, and then the sellers call. I have seen this trend, but I wanted to add one more thing that I've seen several times. When the first calls come in for a new mailer, I get a few the first day or two. Then I start getting around 10 a day for a few days up to a week. And then the phone goes quiet. And maybe I didn't get any deals in that first bunch of callers because I am being picky. The next calls come in once every few days, and these are usually my best sellers. They call to say, we accept your offer. What do we do now? Wait for the quiet. It's a good thing.
Kevin?
That's awesome.
You can't fake what you just said.
That's so good.
You can only have personal experience in it and describe it that way. That is beautiful. Exactly what happens. It's worth repeating. First, there's anger. It's like approaching a new female. First, there's anger.
What the heck?
Then there's a little curiosity.
By the girl or the guy?
The girl.
Oh.
Because the guy doesn't care.
Oh.
He's doing the approaching.
Oh.
Like it happens in nature, too.
First there's anger, then there's curiosity. Please tell me how this is going to go. I like this.
And then then it's up to her. You don't know how it's going to go. So, then she's either gone at that point or she's interested.
Or she's all in. Or her hooks are in.
You said it, not me.
I'm getting a ring out of this guy. He doesn't know it yet.
Oh my God.
You know girls have said that.
Not at all.
You know. I'm sorry, that's not where you were going?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that's
I was thinking more of like male and a female hippopotamus or something. Not,
Same
just
thing.
in the nature, in the wild.
Oh. Okay.
By the way, Kevin Farrell, I'm going to use his last name because it's plastered all over Land Investors, has been promoted to moderator.
Yep.
Because of stuff like this.
Yep.
Thank you, Kevin.
He gets it.
Is your contribution on that site has been nothing short of fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
And you're right. You got to wait for the quiet because it's good.
You know what? Jack walks around the office all day saying that. Wait for the quiet. Shh, everybody be quiet.
At home too.
Wait for the quiet. No talking.
What is it with not quiet? I came up with this new concept. It's called word galleries. People do you ever meet mostly women who they count calories? I mean, obsessively count calories, and my sister said this to me one time a long time ago. Why would I eat that? I don't want to waste the calories on it. Men don't think like that. They'll just eat it. So she's got a number in her head that she keeps. They walk around. So I say, have a word calories. There should be a number, and then when you use it up, when you're at that 1,500 calorie thing, I don't know, let's say it's 3 p.m, it's over.
You just stop talking.
You just sit there, you stop talking.
Sit on your hands.
Yep, wait till tomorrow. Start a new day. Start a new calorie day.
Hey, Jack, how's that working for you?
Well, I'm probably, 8 hours away from being alone for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you are. Oh, boy.
What is this show about anyway?
Oh,
please.
no. Yes.
Today's topic, retirement stopped being our goal. This is the meat of the show. What's it all about for you now, Jill?
So
it's not about retirement. Never really was.
It hit me recently that I stopped thinking that way. And it made me take a step back and go, what happened? Because I really did. I was going, all right, by 40, I want this. By 45, I want this. You have these numbers in your head. And some of the numbers are still, ahead of me. But I don't even think about them anymore. I stopped saying out loud or even thinking that way. And it's not because, partially because I feel fulfilled. I mean, I really do feel like we hit so many of our goals pretty darn fast, Jack.
I want you to think back to the one time where I had a bunch of leftover property. It was during the economic downturn. And we had this conversation, and I said, I have these, it was a lot, like 200 or 300 of these properties. I know you're a master salesperson. Why don't you just, whatever you sell them for, you can just keep the money. This is a lot of years ago, more than a decade. What went through your mind then? Like, was it retirement? Was it a challenge? Did you want a bunch of money?
Challenge.
The challenge. It wasn't about the money?
No, a little bit about the money, but it was more about the challenge.
Is it still about the challenge?
Yeah.
Right now, today, it is.
Yeah. Well.
Was it ever like,
no.
I need X amount of money in a bank account so I don't have to think about it again? What I'm really asking you is, without all
what
the
was motivating me?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because it was never retirement for me.
No.
I think that's such a weird word.
No. It was money. You know what? It was money. And it was the challenge. And it was financial security, I think. That's the thing.
Okay.
Money can bring financial security.
So follow me along here. We're long past financial security.
Right.
Why are we sitting here doing the show even?
I can ask myself that every day.
Seriously, what motivates you?
Sorry, I'm out of word calories. I can't talk. I can't answer that question.
Every single show now. Every show it's going to be like, oh, I hit my...
Sorry.
Thanks.
I'll be over here.
Jack, finish the show.
Drinking my coffee.
Nice work. Bury yourself.
Oh, well, okay. I get where you're going with this. So something shifted is what I think you're trying to bring out in me.
I'm just wondering why we're all really still doing all of this.
Well, Dr. Jack.
Dr. Jack.
Dr. Jack. You sound like a therapist right now. Let's discuss why you feel the need.
We're gonna do me next.
Okay, good. Okay. Not just me. So wait, what was the question again?
Why are we all doing this?
Why are we all doing?
It's not retirement.
You know what? Now it's fun. Because you know what? Now it's like I enjoy what I'm doing, and it's not, something shifted. I wish, you know what? And this is a really good point. I wish I could figure out what shifted. And all I can think of is this is a perfect fit for me.
Maybe it's habit. Maybe we're just locked into a bad habit.
No, I think I think I'm finally where I should be. And that's really what I think it is. So I think for everybody listening, I think that's what you should be striving for. Whatever your Zen is. For some people, you know what? For some people, their Zen is a job that you go to every day and you don't think about stuff and you just like the comfort and security and the consistency, and they like that. And they like knowing that in 422 days, they will be done from that job and they can, be home and retire and work on their garden. I don't know. I think that's for some people. It's not for me, and I don't think it's for you.
No.
So I think I'm finally where I need to be. And, and it sounds cliche and it sounds silly, but I really like helping people. And we were talked about this the other day and you brought it before this show. I think we took 2 years or more, probably 3 at this point, perfecting, actually, it has been 3 years.
It's been 3 years. It'll be 3 years in the summer.
We started to write and put together Land Academy in the way it is now. So, and I love it. I had no idea. It's funny, when we were doing it, I didn't know that A, we could properly convey this, or myself even, and B, that I could help people, and C, the physical tangible benefits of people saying, yeah, I just did it. I just did this deal. Look, this was in my bank account. This is what I started with, and this is what I have right now. I'm like, what?
Every month or so, Jill and I get a gift basket.
Yeah.
And
it makes me feel so good.
Sent to the office from one of our members saying, I just quit my job today, or some version of thank you very much.
Life-changing event. Yeah. Now, that's why I'm here now.
That's a lot of it for me. It's not the damn gift baskets, because that's not the thing. But I do really believe that there's a higher point to what we're doing.
Remember a couple years ago when I was playing around with, it was Periscope. Periscope had just come out, and I was playing around doing live videos. I think it was, Periscope came out, it was before Facebook had Facebook Live. So I did a Periscope video, and it was like we had got our first real thank you card in the mail, and I was reading a thank you card from somebody, and I started to cry.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't expect myself to cry. It was so, it surprised me. So for me, retirement stopped being a goal because I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't want to change a thing. I don't want to stop. Now, this is what I'm supposed to do. So let's do you now.
I'm not trying to change the world, but here's a real core truth. I am not trying to change the world, and I'm not putting myself above anybody. But there's a subsection of people out there that really see the value in what we provide. They're usually accountants or some type of technical person who's frustrated with their job. They're usually pretty well paid, but they just know there's something else out there. They know there's a scientific way not scientific. There's a mechanical, let's just say left-brained way to buy real estate. The same way there's a left-brained way to cook or to be a chef, where you follow to the letter, follow a recipe. There's also a right-brained way to follow it and be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Those tend not to be our customers or our members. Our members are people who have some type of technical
left brain
background,
straight,
that know that there's a better way to do it than just to feel your way through. That you can mechanically buy and sell real estate for a tremendous profit.
Correct.
And that is what I like, because I'm like that, and I struggle with that. I mean, that hits home with me. There's no manual for that in 1999.
It's true.
And so we wrote some version of the manual, mm-hmm. or at least we talk about it half hour every day here, or
exactly.
some version of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do this, because those people get me, and I get them.
Oh, you just need to be amongst your people.
Yeah.
And you were searching for that.
Yeah, I mean, every time I talk to the people on a deal review or a data review call, we have that connection, or we don't.
Good.
Sometimes we don't, but I can tell the people right away, and I actually tell them. I'm like, I can tell you right now, you've got it. And they don't know that. They are saying, well,
really? That's it?
Yeah, because they never sent a mailer out yet. They haven't. Then they send me a note. Somebody sent me a note recently and said, I own a piece of property in X state, and I never, ever thought that was possible.
Aww.
It was something I've always dreamed about when I was a kid. And this is like a really, really bright person. They just needed somebody like us to push them over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm here. I don't want to get all sappy about it. I'm just saying that's truly why
it's beautiful.
I do this. Oh, my word calories are up. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh. I'm at like 2,500. I'm now I'm going to start gaining.
Yeah, no, it's going to go downhill fast.
Well, you've done it again. You wasted another, 20 minutes listening to the Jack and Jill Show. Join us tomorrow, where we discuss Jill's concept of grown-up office space and how I disagree.
That's good. And we answer your questions. Should you have one, post it on JackJill.com, our online community. Go there. It's free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
That was fun. That's good. Isn't that interesting?
Honestly, I didn't really know I was doing this until I just talked about it. Like I talked it out. Like a woman.
Yeah, like a therapy session.
Yeah.
See, word calories are not a bad thing. Sometimes you have to splurge, and it's a good thing. And you treat yourself.
Yeah, I just had an ice cream cone.
You did. You had a banana split is what you just had. Oh, that's so good. Hey, share the fun by subscribing on iTunes or wherever you are listening. And while you're at it, please rate us there. We are Jack and Jill. Information and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.